What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and this is going to be our first look at Hellcat in PvP. Many of you are probably wondering, how does she fare? And well, we're going to get to the bottom of that in this video and a few others to come. First of all, she has a lot of potential team-ups, so it was really hard to select just a few. But for this video, we're going to have about 2 different team-ups. Then there's going to be an All Hail the King episode of her, right after Cammy's All Hail the King episode. And I may have another special team-up for her planned as well. So yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg. And as far as this first team-up goes, let me just tell you, I was really excited about trying them out. There are a lot of reasons for that. But one of the main things is, Hellcat does have opportunist debuffs on her level 2. She also exploits opportunity with her level 9. That attack also has true grit, just to throw that out there. So consumes all stacks of grit to deal extra damage. Now Hellcat does have Get Ready. Gains grit when attacked by a single target attack. But just to give her some extra grit generation, we placed Intrepid Force on her, meaning her single target attacks will also gain grit. But when we go back to the Opportunist and the Electro connection, Electro has exploit opportunity on his level 9 Fry, and you can use this right away for some major damage. Besides that, Electro is going to give his entire team Live Wire, making their attacks electric type. So what does that mean? Well, if you place Static Charge on the enemy, then even things like Hellcat's preemptive counter, as well as when she gains an extra turn and gets another attack, all of that's going to trigger Static Charge. So at the end of the day, they end up being a pretty powerful team. The opponent's defensive team is also doing pretty well, I have to admit, and that's why it's going to be a longer battle. And ultimately, with another really tough battle possibly ahead, we may only get 2 different team-ups for this first look. Daredevil is going absolutely crazy with Past the Bar. He's interrupting everything. My Man Without Fear costume does not have that type of luck, or else I'd be using him right now. But hey, I still think we can pull this one out. We definitely have to take out the Agent though. And a big start will get to be to place the Ionic Devourer's Despair on the entire enemy team. But Daredevil's not having it. He's also going to attack our Hellcat, but at least for not big damage. With Electro, we are going to use that Fry, and it ends up hitting, like I said, for some big numbers. You have to love an exploit opportunity attack that's ready to go right from the start, and you can keep using it. Now unfortunately, Hellcat's preemptive counter keeps getting interrupted, but she does end up proccing an extra turn. That's good because a stun takes one of them away. And now with the other, we're going to try to place opportunist debuffs on Daredevil. Instead though, Null is going to step up and take the hit. Not perfect, but he needs debuffs too. And as far as a follow-up attack, well, old Matt Murdock's not going to allow that either. Hey though, a Rapier gets through, so at least that's something. Honestly, I'd love to get a Past the Bar count for this video. How many times did it proc? If you counted them up, let me know in the comment section below. Honestly, at this point, I'm just waiting to get to use another Fry, and Null should be set up for it. Because of that, I have no doubt that Electro can take him down. So after Daredevil gets done, and at least he's taking Absorb Energy for all these attacks, we're going to go ahead and use that level 9 on Null. And it ends up doing 19,500 damage. The sad part is, Null has back for more, so he's not even gone. And this is the fight that just keeps going and going, mainly because of Daredevil. But of course a Resurrect doesn't help. Still though, Despair would have prevented that if Daredevil didn't keep blocking it. At this point though, I do see a silver lining. You may be wondering, why didn't I use Atom Smasher? The reason is, Electro is going to get off a Ball Lightning. That very rarely happens, but when it does, it always ends up doing nice damage. So as long as we get to attack, this ability should end this fight. And what better way to get the win? It wasn't huge, but they really weren't that set up for it. So we will definitely take that ending. Moving on to the next team, it's going to be a really tough challenge. And yes, I did end up deciding to stick with Electro for this one. But hey, we're facing Angerer and Null, so I'm glad that we have a tough team. In the future, I don't want to give away all the team ups, but we're going to take a look at Anti-Venom, Skern, and more with Hellcat. So there will be different teams coming. Now in this match, we begin with Supercharge because the enemy agent wasn't blocking debuffs. If they were, we would have used Surge, and we placed the Ailing AISO on that level 2, so it would have caused Endemic. Then we went with Lightning Rod to actually set the enemy team up. So it does depend on who gets to go first. We'll switch up our playstyle a bit depending on that. Now to go along with the Opportunist theme, we do have the Ex-Oblivion, which causes Opportunist debuffs. And we also have the Grace Note, which exploits Opportunity, and it does that on a preemptive counter. To be honest, we just kind of wanted to switch things up on our agent, and we did end up paying for it. Our entire team is going to be stunned, so that won't help our case at all. But hey, we do see a preemptive counter from Hellcat, and then hey, we have someone using Grit, so they get a health explosion. How nice. There's plenty of those agents out there, so that's definitely going to make this one even tougher. Now at least Electro had 2 turns, so we can use his Fry, and by targeting the agent, Null's going to step up and take the hit. Then we follow up with a Relentless Rapier, and that actually finishes off Null. So there's a huge swing in our favor. After that, Angerer is going to take his turn, and he attacks Hellcat. So that was a little bit unfortunate. Then he's going to use Cloaked in Lost Shadows. Honestly, my main concern with my agent is placing Despair on the enemy team, especially that agent. So we're going to go for that. And let's hope it hits. So here goes the Ionic Devourer. And it misses the agent, but it does hit Angerer. So yeah, no problem. We just despair the enemy agent. That'll take care of that Grid exploit. Yeah, well, what if you keep missing? It's ridiculous, but after my video, at least we did get an answer. A friend of mine sent in a ticket, and they said they were working on a fix. So yeah, it's not strategy. I just want to put that out there. With Hellcat, we do like the fact that Angerer's up there, and he is an infiltrator. So we're going to use our Cleaving Claws. That has Opportunist and some bleeds from open wounds. But for now, I almost forgot we lost our class ability, so we're not going to get a follow-up attack. Fortunately, our agent is. And with Static Charge, Angerer only has 796 HP left. So he's extremely close to death right now. And just to make sure they can't get rid of their debuffs, we're going to go ahead and use Surge. But the agent's going to use Mind Control, and he interrupts it. Luckily, it doesn't matter, and Angerer still goes down. Now, my agent's going to use a Light Fantastic, and is it going to help us here? Probably not. We're really close to death. But at least we don't have debuffs right now on Hellcat. The agent, however, is intangible, and we still have to put Despair on him anyways. With his attack, he's going to go with the Dark Energy Blade, and he gets a follow-up on our agent. That's going to actually hurt them because of Absorb Energy. With Electro, we have Ball Lightning available, but it looks like we're better off using Fry, so we'll go with that instead. My agent's up next, and he does have very low health and stamina, but he can still use the Ionic Devourer, which actually hits. I didn't know if that was ever going to happen. With that Despair and the enemy agent very low on health, we're going to use our Capoeira, and this should be a finishing blow for Hellcat. Which is a great way to end the video. There's going to be more, don't worry. So thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck, and take care.